covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here today for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. There's some good news this morning about the I-540 bridge there in Fort Smith, from going over the Arkansas River from Fort Smith to Van Buren. The orange cones there, the construction is complete. So for all those folks who have been standing in traffic day after day for more than a month now, no more construction. You get to just zoom on through there. You don't have to wait in line anymore. So that's great news. And we'll get a check of the weather with meteorologist Stephen Abshire. And Stephen, those folks who have been sitting in that traffic won't have to do that today, especially since it'll be so hot.
Yeah, that's a good news. I was going to say, I wish we would have some of that good luck when it comes to the weather, because it's going to be nice to drive across the river for today, but not going to be nice to be outside at all, because we're going to see more warm temperatures again for today. One of our hottest days of the summer so far. It's going to feel between 105 and 109 for Northwest Arkansas later on this afternoon. Going to feel between 110 and 114 for the River Valley. That's why we have excessive heat warnings out already for the River Valley. They will kick in at noon today, especially for those heat advisories as well for Northwest Arkansas. So hot as we go throughout the rest of your day. We're going to see temperatures over the next 12 hours climb up into the 90s as we get into the afternoon. For Northwest Arkansas, going to be into the mid to upper 90s for the afternoon. As we go later on throughout today, we're also going to be working in a few more clouds, which will be offering a little bit of relief throughout the day, but still lots of sunshine. For the River Valley as well, we'll be into the 90s, into the low 100s as we go towards our peak afternoon heating. So very warm as we go throughout the day for today. On Futurecast, we can see those clouds moving into the area. Not going to be working any showers in for today. As we move more to your Thursday, we're still going to be dealing with some cloud coverage. We're going to work a couple showers in. We're also going to see cooler temperatures back into the 90s area wide for those high temperatures for tomorrow. But as we go into Friday, you're going to see temperatures mainly into the 80s for those high temperatures as we see more showers moving into our area. But now I'm going to send it back over to Joe with a look at today's headlines.
All right, thanks so much, Stephen. Well, if you or someone you know need a cool place to go today, you can find information on some cooling centers where you live just by texting the word cooling. You see the number right here. Now just text the 479-785-5000. We're going to send you a link back on where you can find those places that are offering a cool place where you live. And in other news, Northwest Arkansas grows by roughly 36 people each day, which can make finding affordable housing a bit of a challenge. Well, a new downtown Springdale development hopes to bridge the gap. It's described as being a model for the region to help meet the affordable housing needs, rather. The project is being developed by Groundwork, which was formerly known as the Workforce Housing Center. The 77-unit mixed-income apartment development called Big Emma will be at the corner of Emma Avenue and Park Street in downtown Springdale. 30 of the units will be for households who make less than the area median income. Groundwork says workforce housing is for households who make between 50% and 100% of the area median income, which comes out to be between $46,000 and $92,000 a year for a family of 4. The executive director says the reality is, as our population continues to grow, our demand far outweighs our supply of housing.
We've got to look for ways to catalyze new home development, and we've got to find a way to bring that development a little closer to our business core, where our workforce is not being committed to long commutes and being really pushed away from their jobs and from all the amenities that make Northwest Arkansas great.
Well, this development is being supported by a more than $6 million grant from the Walton Family Foundation. McClarty hopes to break ground in the coming weeks and have people move in by the end of 2024 or early 2025. Now, another big topic of yesterday's meeting, the number of open jobs in our area. NWA Council says there are 10,000 open jobs right now, from tech to trades that need to be filled. Meanwhile, some changes are in the works to keep traffic moving in Bentonville. The City Planning Commission voted 7-0 to approve a large-scale development for Chick-Fil-A on South Walton Boulevard. The goal is to help with the traffic backup from drive-through lines. This expansion will affect the building, drive-through, and parking lot, adding about 500 square feet to the building, 28 new parking spots, and a second drive-through lane. Another part of the expansion is connecting that parking lot to a future multifamily housing development that's right next to the restaurant. Planning and Community Development Director Tyler Overstreet says all of these additions should help with traffic flow.
Anytime, any kind of development when it comes through the city, cross-access is something front of our minds. And what that allows us to do is to have shared driveways between commercial or multifamily sites. And in this case, what it allows us to do is give customers coming to and from Chick-fil-A multiple ways to get from point A to point B.
Well, Overstreet says he imagines Chick-fil-A will want to start construction as soon as possible, but these things usually take about 3 to 6 months. And in Fort Smith, the city's public school board approved to increase the price of school lunches by 25 cents. These increases will impact over 3,000 students in elementary, middle, and high school going to public schools in Fort Smith who are not on the reduced or free meals program. Charles Warren, the chief financial officer for Fort Smith Public Schools, says the prices for school lunches have not increased in over 6 years. They were hesitant, but say inflation is impacting us all.
Our cost of products are going up, and also our cost of labor. We're trying to increase the wages of our cafeteria workers so that they can also have a good livable wage. Those increases in cost have forced us to increase these prices to our parents.
Well, school leaders also say it is important to remember that you should fill out a free and reduced lunch program application, even if you don't think you'll qualify.
We believe there may be a lot of parents and families out there that are not filling out the application that would qualify for a free meal or a reduced meal.
And as a reminder as well, breakfast for all students in Fort Smith Public Schools will remain free. Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. We'll see you right here again tomorrow. Have a great day.